This is 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson. Welcome to the NBA. We're joined by the legends Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight we'll be watching the Orlando Magic playing against the Wizards in Washington. Looking at the Wizards, their start of the season can only be described as outstanding. Fans and the coaching staff and the players too have to be pleased with how their team and overall gameplay has been coming together. And guys, the fans always enjoy hearing stories from your playing days. Let's talk teammates. Shaq, who were your favorite guys to play with over the years?
You know, everyone loves the Shaq, and Shaq has 4 rings, but I'm saying it here.
They all love
real
the Shaq.
life. Yeah, everybody loves Shaq.
Okay.
I'm sexy, handsome, and qualified. That's what Shaq stands for.
I think my question was, who were your favorite teammates?
Let me finish, Ernie. Let me finish. I'm quick to say, hey, I got 4 rings, but I could
You
not,
are quick to say that.
Could not do without Brian Shaw. Brian Shaw was a guy that always looked for me, similar with when how Kenny played with the team. He came down, made sure I got my shots off first. Derek Fisher, we all remember the .04 shot. Rick Fox was a hustler to go out and play. Big Shot Bob.
Oh, wow.
Saved
One of
me
my
so
favorites,
many
too.
times.
So he's won both of our favorites.
Big Shot Bob saved me so many times. I would probably only have one without Big Shot Bob. And Nick Van Exel, even though me and Nick didn't win together, we had a great time.
Well, obviously, he said Big Shot. Hakeem, Sam Cassell, Robert Horry, Vernon Maxwell. But one of my favorite of all time, Chucky Brown.
Oh, yeah.
My favorite teammate is Chucky Brown of all time.
You didn't say Otis Thorpe?
No, but Otis was cool.
Oh, my
but
God.
But Chucky Brown was my favorite teammate of all time, man.
Guess who I would say my favorite teammates are?
Who?
Who's that? It's us? Oh, Ernie.
Really?
I thought you were going to say
Thanks,
another guy
Ernie.
who wasn't here.
I'm getting choked up a little bit. Thanks for joining us.
Need some tissue.
During the few moments that we have left.
1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the address of the President of the United States here in Washington, D.C. Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg alongside. And our sideline reporter tonight is Doris Burke. So glad you could join us here at the Verizon Center. It's the home of the Wizards in Washington, D.C. And, of course, Victor Oladipo. Without his presence, they have to overcome the hole there.
Kevin, I got to admit, I was caught off guard by this trade. I mean, he played such a big part for him. He was the last guy I expected them to move.
Yeah, but if you're going to make a move, this is when you want to do it, when a guy has basically lifted his ceiling. And so now it creates some other opportunities for some of your younger players. We'll just have to see how that transition plays out and how those new pieces fit.
Now the starting group for Orlando. Alfred Payton is out there with Evan Fournier. Then it's Ibaka, and it's Vucevic, and it's Gordon in at the 3. In transition, here come the Wizards. Beal's running, hammers it home to polish off the break.
How's that for a quick possession?
Yeah, no hesitation at all taking that one to the basket. Beautifully done.
The thing about Bradley Beal, when he suits up, the entire lineup becomes exponentially more potent. Quick, powerful athlete, Greg, high basketball IQ. Had the great teaching at Florida, carries it to the NBA. Opponents have to account for him, I think, on both ends of the floor.
And that's a great point, Kevin. I mean, coming out of college, a lot of people compared him to Ray Allen. I mean, he possesses that next level smoothness and body control that's often indicative of a true difference maker.
First quarter, just over a minute played. Payton against Wall. The feed to Porter. Cannot hit. And Orlando the other way now.
And, going back to Bradley Beal, the bottom line is he's a winner. Last year, the Wizards went 8-9 with Beal out of the lineup. Hard to argue with those facts and numbers.
Now here's Payton. Gordon kicks to Payton. Just 5 on the clock. Screened by Ibaka. Off the pick. Payton's shot is off.
And when you talk about Bradley Beal, it's not just having him in the lineup that matters. It's having him at his best. When he's at 100% health, there are very few guards in the league who can keep up with him. Truly one of the game's great young talents.
A slow start here for Orlando in this one. Looking for the first basket of the game. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz.
Yeah, they just caught a team, Kevin, that was in a zone, and they didn't have the manpower defensively to disrupt them.
Hey, zone or no zone, I expected a little more fight out of them than what they showed. I mean, they never strung together any stops like they needed to.
Oh, that is just weak defense there. I'm pretty sure that was not the plan to give him those kind of baskets at the hoop.
Now, here is Morris. There's the dish to Beal. He feeds it to Porter. Shoots. That one wide left.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
And the basket by Gordon.
And he decides to go old school with the finger roll.
The Wizards with the lead. All right, let's go over to the sideline with Doris Burke.
When I had a chance to speak with Coach Scott Skiles, one player we discussed in detail is the young Bradley Beal. He said, I was a fan of his game from watching him at Florida. His combination of outside shooting and slashing make him a very tough cover. We're going to put pressure on him and try to take the ball out of his hands. And Kevin, Beal's such an intriguing talent. We'll see if he's able to put up some big numbers.
Thanks, Doris. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in. Here's Morris. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
The Wizards shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line.
And talking about last season, this team hit just 74% of their free throws. I'm sure they were hoping for better than that.
And, there was plenty of blame to go around for that. I mean, it wasn't just 1 or 2 guys. I mean, for the most part, the entire team struggled.
Nicholson's checked in for Serge Ibaka. So we can't get either to fall. One problem the Magic faced last season was depth. They really weren't a deep team, and it hurt them along the way.
Yeah, it sure did. I mean, they had the second fewest bench points in the league, and that number was really low because they didn't use the bench that often. The starters did a lot of the heavy lifting.
And really, he epitomizes what a point guard should be. I mean, his skill as a passer might actually be matched by that creativity he shows around the rim.
Well, judging by that jam, Greg, I'd say you're absolutely right.
Boy, that's a nice surge for them just when they needed it in a game that was so tight.
And Beal kicks to Nene. Morris, left side. And there's the pass to Porter. 6 on the shot clock. And that one's good. 6 points for Wall. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for Washington.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
And that is good. Beal's got his second basket of the night.
Everything going according to the script for them offensively so far.
Shots be falling. That's for sure. They're scoring with a tremendous amount of confidence.
You went straight playground old school there, partner.
Here's Payton after the made shot from Bradley Beal. To the middle. Rebound, Washington. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
The Wizards have missed both of their free throws tonight, 0 for 2 so far. 2 shots. And he makes the first.
And Washington put together a good season against the East last year. Ended up with that 46-36 record, with 30 of those wins coming against the rest of the conference.
Brandon Jennings is checked in for the Magic. He's off on the second. Wizards 46-36 last season. That was good enough for them to land the number 5 seed.
Well, it was actually, Kevin, the same finish they had in the conference in 2014, even though they won more games. Washington, though, was only 10-15 against the rest of the Eastern Conference playoff team.
Just a major size difference between the defender and shooter on that possession.
And Greg, without a hand in his face, he's simply going to spray whoever's there.
Now here's Wall. 6 points for him. Beal's shot is good.
There's a chance he could have a big game if they don't D him up more tightly on the perimeter.
The Magic trail by 8. Jennings passes to Fournier. Vucevic against Nene. To the left wing. Jennings drives in. Back to Vucevic. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
And as good as Vucevic is on offense, guys, he's doing everything he can to catch up on his defense. Huge size and wingspan works to his advantage, although the subpar athleticism hinders him a bit. But, for example, he's averaged less than 1 block per game for his career, mostly because even though he's a 7-footer, he plays well below the rim.
And Washington going with a whole new group here. Watson, he's checked in for the Magic. He's perfect from the line this time. And to Vucevic's point, big problem throughout his career has been getting into foul trouble.
Yeah, it's tough. He's aggressive and sometimes out of position. Coaches are asking him to be aggressive, but he has to learn how to do that without fouling. That's the next step in his progression. And some of it is anticipation, so you're not in position to foul.
Here's Gordon. It's blocked. Now here's Sessions. Fast break opportunity here.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
Gordon dishes to Vucevic. Gooden with the rebound. Wizards leading by 6. Here's Sessions. Shot no good. Great D that time from Jennings. The Magic have gone 4 of 10 shooting the ball here in the first quarter. Watson kicks to Vucevic. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. Big step last year for Vucevic's offense, Clark. Unstoppable at times, both on the blocks and facing up.
Vucevic is a real outstanding future all-star front court. Rebounds at a high rate in traffic and out of his area. Finishes, faces up. This kid has a lot of upside. I really like his game.
And talking about Vucevic's development last season, he's also had the highest assist average of his career. He's a good decision maker on the floor, knows when to take it himself, and knows when to kick it to cutters and spot up shooters.
And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
You know, and getting back to Vucevic, I mean, he's at an age where he may only get better. Averaged nearly 20 points a game last year after averaging only 14 the year before. That was an incredible leap in production, and I think it's one that'll continue.
And now the first timeout called here for the Magic. And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
And it'll be Orlando with their first time out of the game right here.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room.
The Magic trail by 8.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. Two attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level. And you know what? That's one of those heat checks if he's taking shots like that.
Yeah, heat check or not, I don't care how hot he may or may not be. He's not making that one.
Now, here's Thornton. He hasn't scored yet, but I'm sure will change.
And really, these teams don't even look like they belong on the same court today.
I don't think they do, based on what we've seen. A double-digit lead, and we're still in the first. Ouch. That's painful.
Well, Orlando shooting 36% in this first quarter, trying to get their bearings. Screen by Smith. Now, here's Watson. He's guarded by Thornton. 5 on the clock. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Wizards leading by 10. Here's Sessions, and the layup's good off the glass.
Really not hard to see why they're giving up points on this run. I mean, they've just given them too many looks inside.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep.
Brandon Jennings.
Pass to Hickson. On its way from Thornton for 2, and the rejection by Smith. Here's Watson. Rebound by the Wizards. Their last encounter was in Orlando, where they were able to handle the Magic.
In the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
Very satisfying performance, Greg, and one they'll look to repeat tonight. And they ended up winning it going away.
Hey guys, Brandon Jennings, some people love his chaotic game, some can't stand it. One of the more polarizing talents in the NBA.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever shoot for an efficient percentage or become a lockdown defender, Kevin. He's an offensive catalyst.
Right now,
he pushes the action and he'll go on scoring binges, but I think he does more good than bad with his style of play.
He's off on the first.
And talking about Brandon Jennings, he has an endless bag of tricks. keeping the ball literally on a string, makes behind the back, no look, and off the backboard passes few players would even try. That unpredictability, though, can make him difficult to check and often forces defenders into positions for which they can't recover.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, Brandon Jennings is that rare type of difference maker, a guy who can jumpstart your offense without turning the ball over. That's a valuable asset when you're trying to line up the W.
There's the bucket. Good.
And the offense has come together immediately. I mean, they're threatening to run away with this thing already.
Greg, it's hard to imagine they'll stay this hot for 4 quarters, but if they even approximate that, watch out.
And Orlando has possession. Following the bucket by the Wizards. Smith with a screen on Sessions. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Napier. Once again off the mark, Orlando.
I'm all right with him taking that shot close to the hoop, but really not from long range.
Thornton passes to Sessions. Gortat against Jennings. It's Gortat with the drive. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. Dudley against Jennings. Screen by Smith. Here's Napier. No good off the front iron. Wizards leading by 11. Outside for Thornton. Passes it to Gooden. There's the 3. It's hauled in by the Magic. 1:52 left to play in the first. Right side Jennings kicks it to Watson. No one near him. That's good.
His eyes were wide open there, guys. Excellent vision to see they had an open shot outside and get it there.
Thornton with it. Pass to Gooden. To the paint. Gortat misses. The Magic trail by 9. It's Jennings with the drive. Stolen by Dudley. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. That's good.
How about the start that they've gotten off to here? Huge lead, and we're still in the first quarter.
And guys, it hasn't just been the scoring. I mean, they're playing tremendous defense too.
Now here's Jennings. He's coming off a 13-point game against Utah.
And what I enjoyed when watching that game was the way he balanced getting his shot and also incorporating his teammates.
No dice from the high post. Wizards leading by 11. Dishes it to Sessions. Here's the 3. And Napier pulls it down.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And Watson has it in the corner. Smith kicks to Jennings. Vucevic setting the pick for Jennings. To the paint. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And that one's good. 6 points for Vucevic.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
Out to Sessions. And stolen by Napier. And up the court come the Magic on the break. That's tipped. They retain possession. And that does it for the first quarter. Wizards lead by 9. And we'll be back with you right after this. And a chance to hear from Bradley Beal. He came from a football family in St. Louis, but said his mother introduced him to the game of basketball at a young age.
She definitely put the ball in my hands. She's the one who taught me my form. I followed through, and still to this day, she yells at me if I miss a shot. So she's kind of a perfectionist, and she definitely taught me how to shoot. She can shoot it, and she still to this day thinks she can shoot better than me.
Maybe some other NBA players should be practicing with Bradley Beal's mom, because she has definitely honed something special into him.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and I'm not sure some of the more delicate NBA egos could handle her trash talking them when she beats them in a game of horse. Bradley's not only got a special J, but he's got a pretty good disposition, too.
And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Wizards?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. And so in the game for the Magic, Andrew Nicholson out there with Ibaka. Then it's Evan Fournier. Then there's Payton. And it's Gordon in at small forward.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Now here's Hickson. Feeds it to Porter. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Otto Porter, hailing from a family of basketball players. His mom, All-State in '85. His 3 uncles won state titles. Deep basketball roots.
And how about the fact several of his cousins also won state championships, although Otto is the only one in the family to reach the NBA.
First free throw is good.
You know, getting back to Otto Porter's basketball family, it really prepped him to compete. Your family is the first place you learn to navigate and win battles in competition. And that goes for sports and life.
And Porter drops them both.
And talking about Porter, he certainly has worked hard to improve upon his weaknesses. That's a trait that's often instilled in a man at a young age. And he's not an explosive athlete, but his motor and want to compensate for that.
Now here's Wall. After the miss from Serge Ibaka. The feed to Porter. 3-pointer. And the shot is good. Porter's got the lead up to 12 now for Washington.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Fournier dishes to Nicholson. And out of bounds as the Wizards gain possession.
Well, as we just get started in this season, let's take a look at where the Magic sit in the NBA stats. 5th in blocks, 10th in free throw shooting. And they're in the top half of the league in challenging those shots. The opponent field goal percentage, the top half of the league. Not bad.
You know, you talked about their spot in the shot blocking rankings. Their length and prep not to be taken lightly. And trust me, their opponents are very conscious of it every time they drop the ball.
Now here's Beal. The 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. To the paint. Here's Morris. And good, coming off the assist by Wall.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Wall against Payton. High, arcing shot. He lays it in.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Wall. His last outing, he had 8 points. There's the dish to Payton. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds to the Magic as Orlando will retain possession.
Magic timeout.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Time called here. The Magic decide to talk it over.
Yeah, just frustrated by their lack of production offensively, and I can't blame them. I mean, they're getting the looks, but the shots just aren't falling.
Yeah, and the slump that they're having shooting the ball can take its toll on you if you're not mentally strong. So I like this time out here to try to get those guys reset and refocused.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And guys, Serge Ibaka's production was just a little off last season. We're not talking, big number changes. We're talking small dips in a number of categories.
Well, one category where he did really fall off, though, Kevin, was field goal percentage. A career 53% shooter, he dropped down to 47.
And getting back to Ibaka, everything changed for him the minute Kevin Durant was lost last season. I mean, defenses could focus on him, and he was the Thunder's only front court scoring threat. And as much as he's improved on offense, he still has neither the flexibility nor skill set to be a guy that can be considered a first or second option offensively.
So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
Talking about Ibaka, last season was good for his growth. I mean, he got a taste of what it's like to be the first or second scoring option rather than an afterthought. Now it's up to him to take that experience and convert it into improvement.
And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, no doubt about that one with the over-the-back call.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take him for a ride right there. Easy call.
Here's Payton. Now about 3 minutes gone in this second quarter of basketball. Off the screen. No good. Now the Wizards take it the other way. They've led by as many as 14 points. Next up in the docket, the Bucks following this one. That'll be the last of 3 straight at home for the team. Fournier passes to Ibaka. Here's Nicholson. Finished off the break. Nicholson's got it back down to within single digits for the Magic.
Easy to see who's going to win that race.
Yeah, early offense is often easy offense. Excellent work that time.
And Beal kicks to Wall. Free throw line jump shot. Wall with another miss.
All he needed right there was simply to set himself up and then relax and shoot the ball. He threw himself off balance for no reason.
Here's Payton. It's rebounded by John Wall. Wizards leading by 9. The pass to Beal. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And we've all seen how dominant Bradley Beal can be. The 3rd overall pick in the 2012 draft. He's already had a solid young career, but still plenty of room to grow.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loop shots.
Throw good, Beal. Talking about Bradley Beal's potential, it's not just the shooting, it's also the passing, and you really don't think of him as a passer, but for such a young 2-guard, he's extremely unselfish, averaged over 3 assists a game over the past 2 years.
And the true stars of our game feature versatility. And here's a guy that has also tremendous upside as a rebounder. I mean, how about getting 7 boards almost a game the 1 year he was in college? So he understands the importance of impacting other areas. I mean, last season he had his highest steals average of his career, and everything's upside with this young man. The sky's the limit.
Excellent point. Smith, and so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, it's the 3rd straight year now for the Magic where they finished at the bottom of the Southeast Division. I mean, there was some shuffling at the top, but the Magic still couldn't make up any ground on the rest of the division.
For the Orlando Magic, they were once the powerhouse of this Southeast Division. Took home 3 straight division titles, 08, 09, and 10.
Yeah, and Kevin, that just goes to show how fortunes can change in the NBA. The Magic just can't get any momentum, it seems, and until they start building around something, they'll still have problems in the rough and tumble Southeast.
Smith hits them both.
Well, we know Washington didn't win the Southeast last season. They came in second once again. This time to the Hawks and not to Miami. Still, I thought they were dominant within the division. Matter of fact, they were dominant within the division.
There it goes. It's in, and the Wizards' lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Gordon. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for the Magic.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
Another big aspect of their game tonight has been the fast break, transition opportunity. They're really keeping it up-tempo so far.
Wizards were very strong against the rest of their division, the Southeast Division. 10-6 in division record form.
And it seems the Wizards are always the bridesmaid, doesn't it? I mean, never the bride, it seems. Right. Since the Southeast came about in 2004, they've had 6 second-place finishes, but have yet to win a division title.
Amazing.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Now here's Payton. 6 points for him. He kicks to Nicholson. Here's Fournier. He's covered by Beal. Just 5 to shoot. Nicholson dishes to Fournier. Shot, high post. And too long on the shot.
I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
They set the pick. Payton kicks to Gordon. He dishes it to Nicholson. That is good.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
And on the flip side, Greg, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior. They've got to offer more resistance here.
Here is Wall. After the Magic pick up 2. He feeds it to Morris. Outside, Wall. And it's Orlando with the rebound.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Now Porter, who's coming off a 16-point game against Oklahoma City. Wall passes to Beal. And another miss by Washington.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
Here's Fournier. He's covered by Beal. Nicholson's shot is off.
Excellent, really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. Here's a peek now at the 2K leaderboard. This year, these teams have made the most of their offensive rebounds. The Wizards 5th.
One of the better rebounding teams in the league, especially on the offensive end. They never take that for granted in terms of whether the shot's going in.
On defense, the Magic. Trailing by 4. Porter kicks to Beal. Beal can't get that one to fall.
Well, that defense went from poor to no defense at all.
And when he's open like that, you don't see him miss those looks very often.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession.
Here's Wall. Following the score by Aaron Gordon. It's Porter. Outside. That's good. Porter's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Wizards.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Wall with the steal. And now Beal pushing it up, and no one back to stop him.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
So the wing on the left. And the foul called on Markieff Morris. That's foul number 2 for him.
And Scott Skiles has been around the league as a coach for a while now, coming home to where he played most of his career here in Orlando. And at times, he can be a demanding coach.
The Magic making a switch here. Vucevic checked in for Andrew Nicholson. Jennings comes in for Gordon. Napier, he's checked in for Fournier. That's Watson in for Elfrid Payton. Now here's Sessions. His last outing, 16 points for him. Thornton dishes to Gooden. Inside runner. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And now a 7-point Wizards lead. And Greg, you're right. Skiles is what we'd call a no-nonsense coach. Makes perfect sense when you think about the team that now he's going to go coach in Orlando.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he was great at developing players, and that's exactly why the Orlando Magic hired him. He plays with an edge, but he develops players quite nicely, too.
Holds him accountable, doesn't he?
Yep, well said.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Vucevic. And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off. Here's Dudley. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Jennings against Dudley. Jennings kicks to Napier. And just miss after miss right now. And here we go. Washington fast break. Here's Thornton. And he finishes nicely on the way. Thornton's got his second bucket.
Oh, Maestro. He is so good at making those lead passes. Like conducting an orchestra.
Now a timeout called by Orlando.
And guys, one thing that was obvious to me, last year the Wizards really matured as a team. I mean, they played as if they expected to win instead of a group kind of coming into their own. I thought they just showed a lot more composure and maturity on the court.
As you said, the Wizards did look more mature last year on the floor with their play. They made sure to add veterans to achieve that.
And not just any veteran, but a future Hall of Famer in Paul Pierce. I mean, his presence on the team, I think, really is what propelled them to achieve new heights. And it also went beyond just Paul Pierce. That roster had a combined 490 playoff games. And that playoff veteran leadership, I felt, really helped this young core to grow.
Serge Ibaka, he's checked in for Jason Smith. Wizards on D. They've led by as many as 14 points. Jennings passes to Napier. Trying to find Vucevic. Gets it to him. Trying to get back on track. And he sinks the layup. Vucevic has got his third basket of the night.
He was the first one to react to that miss. Excellent anticipation on his part. A hustle play on the putback by him.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Washington. They're 6th best right now, looking to make a move up in the standings. And, of course, the Orlando Magic, not in the same realm right now in terms of their record.
And when I look at Washington, they've fulfilled a lot of the promise they showed coming into the season. But they just haven't taken that next leap forward so many thought they might.
I was one of those who was thinking that thought, that they would take a big leap. It's still not too late. No better place to get right and tight than at the postseason.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
And once again, last season, the Magic were near the bottom of the East. Only 15 wins for them against the rest of that conference.
And the shot's good after hitting off the rim. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter. Wizards leading by 9. Sessions dishes to Thornton. Hicks on a screen. Dudley with a screen for Thornton. Here's Gooden. Dixon kicks to Sessions. Pass to Dudley. Takes a 3. No good. So Orlando will take it the other way. The drive by Jennings. Got a piece of it. Here we go. 1-on-1. Here's Sessions. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. They get C.J. Watson.
Kevin, a chance to get a glimpse at how the Wizards are doing. It's still early in the season. Let's see where they rank in the stats. 3rd in rebounding, 5th in second chance points. And they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And you look at their ferocious rebounding. They're imposing their will, and you can see the results. Their physicality is yielding tremendous dividends.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
That one is off. The Orlando Magic didn't make the playoffs last year for the 3rd consecutive season, Greg. They knew it wasn't a realistic goal for them.
Yeah, and last season wasn't really about making the postseason, Kevin, for this group. It's soon that will have to be the goal, as patience will wear thin within that fan base.
And the second free throw, good.
Well, it's been a while for the Magic in regards to the postseason. Another year of missing postseason play. This latest playoff drought comes after they made 6 straight trips to the playoffs from 2007 to 2012.
Wizards leading by 8. 50 seconds left now here in the second. Thornton no good. The Magic shooting around 43% from the floor in the second quarter.
And overall, this Orlando franchise has been pretty consistent in making the playoffs. They've had 14 playoff trips since the inception of the franchise back in 1989. Given how hard it can be for expansion teams, you have to say that's a solid mark.
And again, Washington no good. The Magic trail by 6. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Count the bucket. Jennings has got 5 now.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
The Wizards shooting in this game 45%. And here's Thornton. Passes it to Sessions. Beyond the arc. And yes, sir, that one drops. 8 points for him.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge, Greg. And when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
That'll do it for the first half. It's the Wizards. They lead by 7. And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Bradley, it certainly seemed to be a focus of this team to have a strong first half, which you did. Is this type of intensity something that coaches made a priority?
Yeah, most definitely. We wanted to hit them first. We weren't going to check any temperatures, as he said, so we were not going to just let guys do what they want to do. We're going to come out and be the aggressor, and we did that.
Well, you imposed your will, Bradley. Thanks for the time. Guys?
Thank you for the great interview, Doris. We'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Ernie Johnson here alongside Kenny, the Jet Smith, and Shaquille O'Neal. We'll be looking back at the game's first half. After the first 2 quarters of play, it's Washington in control. They have a nice 7-point lead. And let's go to Shaq. What did you think of their first half?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
How about you, Kenny? What did you think about Orlando?
They ran into a buzzsaw, and it was on full blast. And once they fell behind, the crowd got into it, and it seemed that they lost a lot of confidence. They started pressing, forcing things, and it made it worse. So in the second half, relax, man. Just remember, there's 2 more quarters. It's a fresh start.
And that's it for halftime, as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Now the second half about to start up and begin any moment. You know, Vucevic, guys, has been exceptional.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
Here's Payton. The talented Wall and Beal team up in the backcourt. Markieff Morris is out there with Otto Porter Jr. Then it's Nene, and at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's Randy Whitman's 5 as we get into the second half. And for Aaron Gordon, so much fanfare entering the 2014 draft, selected 4th overall, which was actually a couple of slots higher, I think, Greg, than many experts thought.
I agree, and, a lot of people obviously liked him, but Orlando clearly loved him and had very high hopes for this young man. And, of course, the injured foot, only 11 games a season ago and never really got back on track.
And, getting back to Aaron Gordon, his defense is really what had scouts most excited. He has the rare combination of strength, lateral quickness, and ups to defend multiple positions.
And talking about Aaron Gordon, everyone knew coming in that he was kind of unrefined. You're betting on his upside and hoping that he develops a consistent shot. And boy, if he does, you're talking about a guy who could become a perennial all-star.
The Magic making a switch here. Nicholson's checked in. And the second free throw, good. The Magic trail by 6. Payton passes to Vucevic. Kicks it to Payton. They set the screen. Pass to Vucevic. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
That's hard to explain that. I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Here's Wall. Dishes to Morris. To the inside. Nene. And he banks in the layup.
Nice move and finish. I think the halftime break really gave him a second win.
And the Magic shooting for the game at 42%. Here's Fournier. He's covered by Beal. Picked by Vucevic. Feeds to Nicholson. Shot from 12. And there are the Magic with another bucket.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Now here's Wall. He's got 6. The feed to Porter. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got 4 assists in the game. The Magic trail by 8. Payton outside. There's the dish to Fournier. The pass to Nicholson. To the middle. Here's Vucevic. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
And for the last 3 seasons, what a talented little backcourt John Wall and Bradley Beal have become. Wall drafted 1st overall, Beal 3rd in different drafts. A little lottery luck, if you will, and great scouting of these two.
The Magic have hit 6 free throws in 10 attempts. That free throw missing. Clark getting back to Wall and Beal. They really complemented each other perfectly over the last 3 seasons.
Yeah, you look at some of the great backcourts of any age over that time, and Wall and Beal right there with them. And it's good to be so young and talented, that's for sure.
Jason Smith, he's checked in for Andrew Nicholson. But he's good on the second. Well, last season, the Wizards fell off just a bit in the second half of the year. Still, Greg, very competitive at home.
Yeah, and their strong play at home helped them weather that storm, Kevin. They ended up going 29-12 here at the Verizon Center.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Wall. Here's Payton. 6 points for him. To the middle. That one's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Smith.
And, that 29 wins mark at home for the Wizards, 3rd best in the East. That team really likes shooting the ball here, as they were a top 5 3-point percentage team in this building.
And how about a little bit of showmanship there as he increases the lead?
Oh, I like that. That's got to be, though, a tough pill for the defense to swallow.
Well, he's a guy that can hurt you with his passing, and right there, he does some damage with his finishing, too.
And so here's Orlando. Following the bucket by the Wizards. Payton dishes to Fournier. Screen by Smith. Orlando moving the ball around. Out of bounds. Washington takes possession.
And really the driving factor for why Washington was so good at home was their defense. I mean, they would finish with the best field goal percentage against in the entire league in their home building. You don't think of the Wizards as a lockdown team, but in the Verizon Center, that's exactly what they were.
Now here's Wall. 8 points for him. It's Beal on the wing. Payton on the double team. No one near Wall as he lets it go. Wall missing again. The Magic trail by 7. Gordon kicks to Payton. Pick by Vucevic. Payton drives in. 18 feet out. And the shot no good, a bit short.
Yeah, but they're 3 of 4 to start the second half.
Porter passes to Nene. He kicks to Porter. Back to Nene. Shot clock at 5. Wall dishes to Beal. And the 3 off target.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
For Orlando, they have made 7 of their last 12 attempts at the line.
Not really where you'd like to be as a team in terms of free throw shooting, just about 73%.
One of the things they've done, guys, is taken pride in their free throw shooting this season, and rightfully so.
The first one falls for him. Both free throws good for Gordon.
We've seen Gordon playing a really good game here. He has 12 points and 1 assist.
Wall attacking. He dishes it to Nene. Here's Porter. No good off the front iron.
And the D does just enough to throw off his rhythm on that shot.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his 3rd foul of the game. The Magic making a switch here. Ibaka's checked in. Gordon kicks to Smith. Plenty of room to knock down the shot. Smith's got 6.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Wizards leading by 3. And Wall. Here we go now. That's good.
And if you're the guy who has to guard him, it is never going to be an easy night for you.
The Magic have gotten 4 of their first 5 second-half shots to fall. 80% since the break. Now here's Payton. He's got 6. Ibaka, no luck.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication there.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Payton with the ball, now guarded by Porter. They get it back.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
And Wall kicks to Morris. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Blatant contact. Straightforward call. Simple.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Wizards.
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
And the first one comes. Washington making some changes. J.J. Hickson, he's checked in for Nene. Dudley comes in for Porter. And Sessions subbed in for John Wall. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for the Magic. Watson comes in for Payton. And Morris drops them both.
Perhaps that'll be the start of a turnaround because he's been ice cold from the line all game long.
Outside Jennings. Inside. Ibaka, the pass to Gordon. Good ball movement here by the Magic. Clock at 6. Releases from 15, and he overshot that one, missing.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
And that one's good. 8 points for Smith.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Washington leading now by 7. Picks in a screen. Here's Dudley. That falls. Great assist by Ramon Sessions.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low. Really difficult for them to defend.
The Magic have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. Pass to Jennings. Ibaka sets the pick for Jennings. He feeds it to Ibaka. Offensive rebound. Nice hit again. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
Good call.
Washington making some changes. Drew Gooden has checked in for Markieff Morris. And it's Thornton in for Beal. And the Magic making a change here as well. Shabazz Napier's checked in for Gordon.
And guys, Brandon Jennings last season looked like he was finally becoming more efficient. He shot at the upper range of his career field goal percentage from 3 and the free throw line. And then suddenly the Achilles ended his season at 41 games played. Really unfortunate.
Wizards leading by 4. Sessions dishes to Hickson, and that one is hammered home.
Sessions doing a nice job that time.
For Orlando, they've gone 7 of 12 from the floor since coming out of the break. Screened by Ibaka. Jennings kicks to Napier. Launches it. Jennings can't get it to go.
Been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Now here's Sessions. He's covered closely. Up top, Dudley. Covered by Smith. Dudley, the pass to Gooden. 5 to shoot. The 17-footer. Rebound by the Magic. Jennings has got his 5th rebound in this one. It's good, and the Washington lead is cut down to just 4 points in the bucket from Napier.
Excellent work there in transition.
Yeah, I think it's always better to go early in transition, to attack when it's there, because oftentimes you can beat the defense down the floor.
Here's Thornton. The shot's good. Sessions making him pay. Sessions has got 4 assists now tonight. The Magic trail by 6. Watson dishes to Jennings. Screen by Smith. Jennings kicks to Watson. That one rolling around and rims out. Washington leading now by 6. Hickson sets the screen for Sessions. And there's the foul. It goes on Serge Ibaka. That will be foul number 5 on him.
I mean, I like the call. I thought the defense was just there a little late.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, he kind of slid underneath as he got to the spot, too.
Andrew Nicholson, he's checked in for the Magic. Now, here's Hickson. He's got 8, and here's Thornton outside. That's good. And now a 9-point Wizards lead.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Now, here's Watson. Here's Napier. Drive to come right back with the three of his own. But it's no good. Pass to Sessions. And stolen by Napier. Kicks it to Watson. Nicholson passes to Ibaka. And it comes off the rim with a high bounce.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
The Magic trail by 9. Here's Napier. It's good, and Watson picking up the assist. Napier's got his third bucket of the night.
And when it comes to size, it's not a one-on-one matchup that favors him.
Well, you wouldn't know it with that finish, I tell you. I mean, that took a little bit of creativity right there.
So timeout called here, the first for Washington. And it was great to watch C.J. Miles last season. Finally, Clark got some significant playing time.
Yeah, and took advantage of it. With the Pacers having Paul George on the sidelines due to injury until late in the season, they got a nice lift and contribution from C.J. Miles.
Vucevic checked in for Orlando. Wizards leading by 7.
And watching C.J. Watson last year, he showed he could take his game up a notch. Beat his career average in terms of shooting percentages across the board. Career high in rebounding, second best assist average as well. Unfortunate how he got the opportunity to play, but great that he took advantage of it. And one area where they haven't struggled has been transition.
Yeah, I think that may be their ticket out of the hole. Look for even more of those quick hitters.
To the inside. Here's Vucevic. Rebounded by Dudley. Dudley's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
And, you know, for Watson, you could really see him doing this for several more years, guys. Finding ways to contribute as a backup or starter. Doesn't matter to him either way. He's a gamer for sure.
Misses from close range.
You know, not really a significant margin in terms of them rebounding, but enough to get the job done.
Yeah, but one more advantage in the stat column, and that's what's translated to this lead.
Here's Napier. It's tipped. Jennings against Thornton. Pass to Dudley. Pulls up from the corner. He goes up again. And it's Orlando with the rebound. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game marks the first half of a quick 2-game homestand. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe. So for the Wizards, Nene, he's checked in for Hickson. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Drew Gooden. And it's John Wall in for Sessions. And the Magic making a change here as well. Fournier is checked in. Vucevic dishes to Napier. Buries the long-range jumper. Napier's got 9 points now in just the second half.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
From 7. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Nicholson's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Napier kicks to Fournier. Picked by Vucevic. Shot off the pick. Fournier's shot is off.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Good. Dudley's got 4 points now in the quarter.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. And that's a good strategy when you're on top.
Vucevic with the bucket.
Some big points there. I mean, they got him on a nice play to get the ball right to the bucket.
And exactly what they're looking for down the stretch, Clark. Just more of the same.
3/4 of play in a close game here. Wizards lead by 3. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And we're set to start the action up here in the 4th quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Washington leading now by 3. And so in the game for the Magic, they've got Vucevic, Fournier out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Ibaka, and it's Gordon in at the 3 spot. It's stolen by Ibaka. Ibaka with the screen on Wall. Here's Vucevic. Breaks a big high bounce and goes in. Vucevic has got the first points up on the board here in the 4th for the Magic. From the Wizards, they're shooting 48% from the field. Not bad at all. And Elfrid Payton with the foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
It's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Now here's Beal. He's tightly guarded, drilled from 11 feet out. The Magic trail by 3. Down low, here's Ibaka. That's good, and it's Payton with the assist. Payton's got 4 assists in the game.
I mean, you never expect to get opportunities that easy coming down the stretch of a tight game.
Beal. Good work defensively by Ibaka.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Screen by Ibaka. To take the lead, Payton passes to Ibaka. They now take the lead. Ibaka's got 4 points this quarter.
Boy, they are passing the ball very crisply right now.
They really are, and their last 3 buckets have come by way of an assist.
And Wall, here we go now. And count it. 2 points with a chance for 1 more at the free throw line.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
I think all 3 of us agree John Wall, a tremendous all-around player.
Outstanding. Speed was what jumped out at me most when I saw him first at Kentucky. Now he's been able to harness that speed as a pro, and he makes plays that very few can make as a point guard.
He gives you a lot of work.
He sure does. My goodness, he sure can get off the ground.
One of the best in the business for sure. You're right.
I tell you what, he is an imposing finisher around the rim. He makes it look a little too easy.
Looking at the game for Ibaka, he has 9 points, and also those active hands of his have led to a pair of steals.
And he can just change a game with his defense, and he's thrown off their rhythm completely the last several possessions.
Wizards have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started. Nene, the screen. Beal dishes to Nene. To the paint, here's Wall, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Magic.
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And also, how about the points they've gotten in transition or on the fast break tonight? That's been a huge factor as well.
And so Wall nails both of them. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Payton against Wall. Payton kicks to Fournier. Dishes it to Gordon. Feeds to Ibaka. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Takes it from 10. Morris with the rebound. The Wizards with the lead. Wall, that's a two-pointer. It's hauled in by Gordon.
And honestly, not real happy with the shot selection on that one.
Yeah, clearly a brain fade there. He's got to be a little smarter in his choice making.
Fournier for three. Cannot hit.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And Beal kicks to Porter for the three. Rebound by the Magic. Ibaka's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Fournier passes to Vucevic. And it's Gordon missing. Washington shooting a respectable 47% from the field in this one. Wall. Oh!
And you talk about momentum. That sort of action delivers a type of energy to your team that you just can't quantify.
You know what? I'm going to quantify it right now, Clark. And this is a close game, and that was something special.
And really, in a game, you guys, in a game like this, though, when you have a chance to send a message, you do. And boy, did he ever on that play.
And that last replay courtesy of Kia. Now a timeout called by Orlando. Look at John Wall. What a contribution so far.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Yes, exactly, Kevin. I got a chance to hear what Scott Skiles said to his team. He was riding them pretty hard for the number of silly fouls they've committed in this game. He said, listen, we need to have some defensive discipline. Stop biting on the shot fakes, stop reaching in, and stop giving them 3 points at the free throw line. We'll see if they'll respond, guys.
Here's Vucevic. Plays it up and banks it in. Vucevic has got 4 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
The feed to Beal. Shoots from the baseline. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall. And 12 points here for Beal. The Magic trail by 3. Payton outside. Now the dish to Ibaka. Back to Payton. And they double up Payton. In the corner, it's Gordon. Here's Fournier. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash-mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Beal dishes to Nene. Can't get it to go. Great D that time from Vucevic. The Magic have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Payton kicks to Vucevic. And there's the pass to Fournier. Vucevic gets double teamed. Payton passes to Gordon to take the lead. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you in a game like this.
Here's Wall. Porter a screen on Payton. And Wall kicks to Porter to the inside. And Nene with the stuff.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Vucevic against Beal. The kick out to Wall. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
They haven't been effective against Wall. He's got 17 points and 2 steals as well. He's had great awareness out there, exploiting those passing lanes and coming up with steals.
And Clark, it's as if he's been a step ahead of everyone else out there today.
Taking 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
Good on both. Here's Payton. He kicks it to Gordon. There's a screen. Vucevic is screen on Porter. Screen by Ibaka. 5 to shoot. Once again off the mark, Orlando. Washington leading now by 5. Here's Porter. That's in for his 5th make of the night. Now shooting at a 50% clip, 5 for 10.
Oh, and look at how well he led him in there. Really, he passed him open for that miss.
And stolen by Gordon. Payton with the ball. He dishes it to Vucevic. Can't hit. Some solid defense there by Nene. Porter kicks to Beal. Pass to Wall. He feeds it to Beal. From deep. And that comes off the assist by John Wall. Wall's got his 6th assist on the night. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Here's Fournier. And he knocks down the jumper. Fournier's got 4 points this quarter. Now Wall. Passes to Beal. Wall against Payton. And Wall kicks to Beal. Fires the 3. The shot misses. The Magic trail by 8. Pass to Gordon. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that Stein.
Tell you what, he's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Absolutely insane with that dunk.
Well, now they're starting to rub it in, aren't they? Have build up a lead, and here we go, folks. It's showtime.
That was a Kodak moment right there. The more plays they make like that, the more they'll have these guys on the ropes.
Payton kicks to Fournier. Stolen by Nene. And Wall. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember ever seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
I tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That is his first foul of the game. Jared Dudley's checked in for the Wizards. Brandon Jennings, he's checked in for the Magic. Gordon inside. He's guarded by Dudley, and it's Gordon finishing it off.
Tell you what, Kevin, they'd love to see him get a lot more of those opportunities.
Clark, that deficit will go away quickly if he does.
And how about how he capped that one out? Almost like the 1-2 punch.
And Beal kicks to Dudley. Fires the 3, and it's blocked by Ibaka. And now Orlando on the break. Gordon's running. Fournier's shot is off. Washington leading now by 10. Nene kicks the Wall. Nene the screen. Beal from long range. Orlando grabs the miss. And that's a foul called on Bradley Beal. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Well, they were getting tired out there. A quick timeout gives them an opportunity to catch their breath.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Here's Ibaka, and the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a three-point play.
That's good. He's shaking off that slow start, giving them a boost here in the second.
And that one misses. Washington leading now by 8. Here's Beal. Fournier pulls it down. Fournier's got 7 rebounds in the game. Here's Beal with the 3. Beal can't get that one to fall.
And you know what? If you're the defense, you got him right where you want him. Let him keep shooting those threes because he's been brutal in this half.
Vucevic setting the pick for Jennings. Kicks to Ibaka. Shoots from 14. Rebound by Nene. Washington's gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Wall dishes to Nene. Over in the corner, Dudley. And here's Morris for 3. Good.
And they came out smoking here from beyond.
And Greg, as hot as they are from out there, absolutely no reason at all not to just keep letting them fly.
Jennings kicks to Vucevic. Magic moving the ball around. Here's Fournier, just 5 to shoot. This is to Ibaka. Bounces high off the rim and drops. Ibaka's got 11 points here in just the second half. Clark, if they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Amen. I think that's the best option.
Shooting for Washington, John Wall. 2 shots.
Shooting 2. Shooting 2.
He hits the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. And so John Wall nails both of them. 1:37 left here in the fourth quarter. Jennings kicks to Vucevic. Shot is no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Wizards leading by 11. Dudley the pass to Wall. Morris outside. Wall dishes to Morris. And that one is hammered home.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face. And we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
And last year, the Wizards at times played excellent team basketball. I mean, it seems like every time a shot went in, it was coming off a pass to find the open man.
And Greg, the Wizards were top 10 in the league in assists, as you were just talking about last season. They were third, Clark, in the league in their assist to made.
On those eye-popping stats, the Wizards passed it seemed like most of their buckets came off nice passes.
The Magic making. Payton's checked in. And both free throws good for Vucevic. Washington calls timeout. They're leading by 11. 1:04 left in the fourth quarter.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Wizards.
In the end, they had a better shooting percentage, and that's what made the difference. Sometimes, Clark, things go your way. The other team wasn't catching many lucky breaks themselves.
Well, it's more than luck, Kevin. I think the shot selection was good, too.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And talk about applying pressure to an opponent. Tonight's win will move their record to 2-0 in the season series with 2 more games left to play on their year against the Magic.
And as we've come to expect, another big game tonight and an impressive exhibit for John Wall. He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Here's Morris. Breaks it off the glass. And the Wizards lead by 13.
This is a serious game-clinching run they're on.
Yeah, I agree with you. Just not backing off here. I mean, they're looking to close this one out in style. What a time to have this kind of serve. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
That is good.
The fans are just loving what's going on here tonight. A really good win for the home team.
It sure is. I mean, they kept this crowd in the game, gave them plenty to cheer about, and really used that home court advantage to their advantage.
Nikola Vucevic taking 2 shots.
All right, now, gentlemen, 2 shots. Loose shots.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. That one is no good. And here is Thornton. Feeds to Hickson. And the shot is good.
Almost uncontested. I mean, it's nice to be able to add to the lead without having to really work for it.
Watson kicks to Napier. Ring shot on the way. Misses the shot. And so it's Washington easily grabbing this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they have the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And now we'll send it down to Doris Burke, who's standing by courtside.
Yes, I'm here with Bradley Beal following a confident win. How does it feel to play with such great offensive flow as a team like you did tonight, Bradley?
This is the most fun we had all year, by far. I mean, the ball was moving on offense. We were playing great team defense, and they're getting out on the break and scoring. And when you're scoring that many points, it's always fun.
Bradley, thank you for the time. Guys, back to you.
All right, Doris, thank you. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching the NBA presented by 2K Sports. And now the award-winning Ernie Johnson will take it from here. We'll see you next time.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan Player of the Game, John Wall. He had just an outstanding fourth quarter performance. He really had the fire lit under him, and down the stretch, really having a huge impact on the outcome of this game.
There are two types of point guards, Ernie. Kenny would know nothing about that. He shot the ball every time he touched it. Anyway, the guys who keep everyone involved and the guys who can do it all for themselves. He's a great distributor. He's always going to get his assists, but when they need someone to take over, Wall's the guy.
Ernie, that is the definition of domination. He took them to school tonight in every possible way. I know there's 10 players on the court, but I only noticed one.
And that brings us to the end of our broadcast for this evening. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson saying good night, and we'll see you again soon, but not soon enough.